past. We've sort of been exploring Vietnam, but also really diving into the story, both of this gym, of you, and then of Linh. And I think it's coming together nicely. We're sort of making progress.
Oh yeah. I don't think so. What's in it?
I'm not sure.
Just the noodles with different kind of sauce.
Oh, okay.
Nick, if you want to improve your chopstick skills, this is like the chopstick Olympics. Seriously. Yeah, well, I used to not be very good at it. But after a lot of Chinese food and cooking here for a week, you have to get good or else you're not going to eat, you know?
And you don't want to be the guy that asks for a fork.
Oh, no. Yeah, that's the most embarrassing thing. Excuse me, can I have a fork? I don't know how to use these. Oh, can I do it? Woo.
It was great. We're still editing, so it's a little early to say, but I know the jiu-jitsu is good. Back at my home gym.
Yeah, back in Saigon Luta-Livre home gym.
Here's the opening sequence for the documentary. Working on that.
With the sequence is the motorbike.
Yeah. And this we'll have to get you on the credits for this one because look how the shots turned out nice. Not too bad, and we actually have a software that'll stabilize it for us.
Yeah,
so,
what software are you using?
Adobe Premiere.
What was your favorite thing that you ate in Vietnam that was weird that you didn't get in America, like Vietnamese food that was kind of oddball?
Well, I don't know if there's an oddball, but the steak and eggs. What's that called again?
The bonnet?
Yeah, bonnet definitely is my favorite. Just so incredible. Like the beef, I don't know how it was so tender, and like any beef that you try and get like that in the States is like super tough and like not that chewable. But here it's like the steak and eggs is all nice, edible, and just it comes out on that sizzling plate, and I love that. But we got a hot pot, and it's basically like a boiling pot of stew that you put eggs into. Me and Nick were both expecting to put these eggs in, just get hard-boiled eggs out of it, but we opened them up and there were baby ducklings inside, which is a big surprise, and we didn't really have the stomach to eat them. But
There's our cab.
okay.
Hello. Hello. How are you today? How are you? Khỏe.
So hardest part about making documentary was probably ordering everything. Like kind of we want to tell a story and saying, okay, we need to do this, then, like kind of like storyboarding it. I would say was the hardest part. Most annoying part was probably editing the interviews, Linh and Erik's interview.
Yeah.
Lindo, Cali restaurant.
That was the brother that was, okay, so he's back to normal, basically.
Yeah, just can walk now, but cannot do anything.
Bên tay trái hả?
Dạ, trong cũng là
Trái trống hả?
Oh boy.
đến cuối luôn chứ có cái
I'm gonna grab a coconut juice.
Oh, right here?
Before I go. Yeah.
Oh, we can just drop you.
around the corner.
Yeah, yeah.
It's okay. I'll just post.
Okay. What was the hardest part about the documentary?
I think Nick said a similar thing, but for me, the hardest part of the documentary was by far coming up with the storyline and figuring out all the logistics in that sense. Really challenging because there's so many things to juggle, like the logistics of when Lynn's busy, when she's not, sort of stuff like lighting, and then equipment, things like that, and then also making sure that we're telling a consistent story that also is thematically relevant to what we're trying to sort of get across. That was sort of the challenge for me, at least. That was the biggest thing that I struggled with.
Nick, you're gonna train tonight, right? What about?
I need to get some work done, but I'll train at 6.
What is that you're drinking there?
This is a delicious coconut water with a little bit of lime and some coconut pulp at the bottom. Just right outside the gate.
It's a gargantuous amount of liquid. You're saying that's from one coconut?
One coconut. It's crazy. And a little bit of ice. Delicious. So now I'm editing the opening scene, and that's going good. It's looking pretty good. Thanks to your help of going around on the moped.
Oh yeah. Then we had Finn backwards on my on the motorbike.
Yeah. Sent.
How do you guys decide who's gonna work on what?
I mean, for filming, it was mostly Nick doing the interviewing, and I did the actual filming, just because that was sort of our different skill sets. Nick, I think, is better at having sort of prodding for information and having those natural conversations, and he had sort of been in contact with Lynn for a lot of time, so that was definitely more his forte. And I also had some experience with the camera, so it was a little bit more appropriate for me to be shooting stuff like B-roll and then also footage of those interviews. So that was sort of how we divided up the work while we were filming. And then in terms of editing, we sort of just split it up in a way that was even. There's a couple of interview scenes, we split those, and then in terms of the actual editing of little sequences, we just split that up equally as well. So, and that was just sort of random, or whichever one of us was more interested in whatever piece.
I didn't spill it myself, I spilled it on the table.
We definitely spilled something worse.
But you spilled something all over us.
That's what it was. What'd I spill? Well, we both spilled shit.
Oh, you dropped the yogurt.
Oh, and it broke.
Yeah, no, you exploded.
Well, I wouldn't say exploded.
It exploded. It went all up my leg.
All right, Wayne. This is what I say we do, dude. So we got Lynn send us a picture of the front of her house. We get Eric to send us a picture of sunset through the gym. I mean, like we just did.
Yeah.
A picture. And we add like artificial camera wobble to make it seem like it's a video.
Or like a Ken Burns style, like go from one side of the picture to the other.
Maybe. I don't know what would be better. I feel like the Ken Burns makes it clear that it's a picture. We sort of want to fake it. You know? So maybe add in some like, ooh, it's moving.
Yeah.
I don't know.
All of them have bones in them. I'm a huge bone guy.